Welcome. Curt and Jen in the morning in our podcast here every weekday morning. Thank you for being here with us. Right?
In person, together, not on Zoom.
It's been a while we've been on Zoom, too, so this is something relatively new. Back to the old ways, right?
That's right.
All right. Today, first of all, happy birthday to our mutual friend Miriam, right?
Well, Miriam, and she listens all the time. Yeah, she's going on a little road trip, so I know she's going to binge listen to us, and then we'll hear that.
And how many cats does she have now?
4.
Oh, okay. That's not too many. That's not too many. I'm not
we love Miriam. We love her cats that come with her.
Today on the show, how much would you need to quit your job and travel the world?
Please tell me.
How much money would that take?
Since it's National Love Your Pet Day,
these
people without pets are missing out on, and how people think their pets know them better than any other human. And how we love our pets, too.
I would agree that, okay, well, we get to that. Certain car maker making a comeback. We also have a quick leftover pizza hack.
And Curt, you fought me on this, but I'm putting it in here. What Travis gave Taylor for Valentine's Day.
I'll just have to excuse myself for that story.
Maybe.
You share the worst job you've ever had. We have for you a country song that might be one of the worst ever made.
Here's what makes that story, though. The comments that people posted from their video.
And a 2025 version of a switched at birth story.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All coming up here. Yep. Let's start with, since it is, as you said, National Love Your Pet Day. We're going to start off with a little pet list here as we celebrate the joys of owning dog, cat, bird, bearded dragon.
Iguanas.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Yeah, your pets.
These are the things that if you don't have a pet that you might be missing out on. A partner, a sleep partner who scrunches perfectly into the outline of your body.
Yeah, isn't it funny how the dogs, I guess cats as well, they sort of squish in there and
they just find their little cuddle spot.
You actually, technically, when you drop some food, you have a cordless vacuum right there ready to go.
That is true. A loyal servant who lays any bird it kills at your feet as a tribute.
Dexy brought a little rabbit one time.
Oh, God, Sailor's done that too.
You also have, if you have a pet, or if you're missing out on this, if you don't have a pet, an alarm that lets you know when the postal worker has once again dared step onto your porch to deliver mail.
Or any squirrel that might be in your yard. I mean, anything. Sailor barks like the world is ending.
Well, it is. There's a squirrel right there. Don't you see it?
A roommate who never judges you for eating ice cream in bed.
Yes, you also have with your pets an interior designer who gives you a new leather couch that always stylish shredded look, right?
A dermatologist who keeps your skin clear by licking it clean to wake you every morning.
Are you a person that likes doggy kisses or not?
No,
because my wife is like, no, you don't know where that mouth's been.
I don't. Well, we know where it's been because we see it.
Where it's been, where that tongue has been. Finally, you also have a passenger that never whines about your driving unless you're going to the vet. And then they realize, oh, it's this place. So yeah, take part in National Love Your Pet Day today.
Yeah,
I would say
it's a good or go get a pet if you don't have one because they're lovely and fun and a lot of work. Make sure
you're prepared.
And a lot of work.
Make sure you're prepared to get a pet before you run out. Jen said, I need to get 5 dogs.
Right. Everyone's running out because I say, go get a pet.
All right. Some quick stats on National Love Your Pet Day. 20% of dog owners say that they think their dog knows them better than their friends and family.
Would you have said that was true about Dexy?
I mean, I'm going to be realistic here. There's only so much that the dogs can know. But
yeah.
So as far, but they know my mannerisms, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they pick up on all those little things you don't even think about.
And they know when you're sad.
Right.
They know when something's wrong.
It was 20% of dog owners say that. 17% of cat owners said the same about their cat. They know them better than any human.
And in recent polls on pets, 44% of people say they consider themselves a dog person. 18% are more of a cat person. 25% love both equally, and 14% neither.
Right. And my unfortunately, my cat allergies, I don't have anything against cats, but I can't be around them.
Oh, because it's
a bummer.
Too much
it's a bummer
for you. All right.
How about getting to the type of relationships that we have with our animals? And about a quarter of dog owners say that they're best friends with their dogs. About 20% say that they're the pet's parent. 16% say that they're a companion. The rest say that either they're their dog's owner, they're a friend.
What would you consider with Bella and Dexy?
Oh, I would say
companion.
Yeah, there's and
parent.
Have you ever seen that thing? There's a meme that went around about how in Hawaii they don't call their pets, they don't own their pets. They say that they're their pets. I think it's Hana, Hana, maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
That means protector and whatever.
Oh.
I need to look that up because I know that there's Hawaiian people or people that know this. It's not called hala, maybe. Anyway, I will look it up. I'll have it for you next time. Now, cat owners say that they're their pet's parents or companions. That's about 20% versus the 26% for dogs. And then the rest say that they're their owner or their friend or their best friend, right?
Yeah.
That's the remainder. Okay. How about this? 5% say that they're a servant to their cats. That's kind of a cat thing, isn't it? Yeah. I'm my cat's servant.
Yep.
So there you go.
And finally, to round out National Love Your Pet Day, here are the top ways we show pets that we love them. Playtime is the top way.
I love playtime.
Playtime, then giving them treats and gifts, cuddling them, telling them that we love them, just hanging out with them like watching TV together. Then it's a three-way tie between carrying on a conversation with them, giving them kisses, and letting them sleep in your bed.
Well, that's wrong with talking with your dog. You come over, oh, you're not going to believe the day that I had,
Kind of lower on the list was taking them to places like parks and beaches, but if Sailor loves doing that stuff.
The park or the beach?
Yeah.
We're nice. We have some really great, I got it.
What's happening?
Just something fell off the chair.
Oh.
I fixed it.
Okay.
At Magnuson Park, that's a great dog beach. It's a dog park. It's a big park, but it also has some sand and a beach. And there you go.
Have you been to, what about the Edmonds dog park? The Edmonds Beach?
I've been down there too, yeah.
I love that one. That's my fave.
Plenty of good options for you. Now,
all right, here we go.
I'm going to save the... no, I'll go ahead and play this first, all right?
Okay.
So now we know that there's something else coming up.
Okay.
Now.
This, buckle up.
This is a... what they're saying is perhaps this is the worst country song ever made. We're not going to play any of it for you just yet.
We will play some of it for you, though, in a second.
Yeah, and so
I want to give you a little background.
A duo, right? A duo.
A brother duo.
Called Lan Law, Lanlaw. Written by this combo, like you said, they're brothers. The song is called Country to the Bone. All right? And that is... So far, you're like, okay, that sounds like a good country song.
I wonder if I could have read it wrong. Like, are they brothers just like in friendship, brother? I don't know. Okay, well, it doesn't matter.
So,
it doesn't really matter.
We're going to play first a little bit of this song.
Country to the Bone.
Country to the Bone. And, well, here's some of it.
It's waking up, busting your butt, trying to earn a little extra pay.
Yeehaw.
It's taking her out when you get off to the creek for fishing day.
It's a way of life, it's choosing right, it's praying when you get home.
Yeah.
It's black nights, it's a ride or die down a two-lane back road.
All right. Now, the thing, so are they saying that it's a bad country song because it's got so many cliches in it?
Well, I think that there's so many things because they're off tune. Some people so the comments is what makes this funny and really terrible at the same time, because some people have said, this is what country is, so I don't even know what everyone's complaining about. This is what the other country songs
here's the hook, if you will, the chorus, right?
Country to the bone, and the hollers where we call our home. Country as it gets, if it's broke down here, we just fix it.
If it's broke down here, we just fix it.
Okay.
Now, you said the song, if I heard it, I'd say, well, that sounds like a country song. I would, but a lot of people, the comments is where the fun comes in with this one.
So one person called them Brooks and Please Be Done.
How about the person that said, yeah, it sounds like Rascal Flat.
Okay. I was like, oh my gosh, I regret beating cancer after hearing this. Was a comment. These are comments that people wrote at, like, when they posted the video on Instagram of the song.
How about I had to mute it to read the comments? Sometimes
Which
the comments
I did. I had to do that.
The most fun part to watch is the comments. Carhartt, guys, if you see the video, they're all loaded up in Carhartt clothes. Carhartt officially asked them to please stop wearing their products.
And another one said, I really hope you guys ignore what positive comments you receive because I promise this song sucks. Which is so hateful. Like, I just don't... This song about to go aluminum.
That was a comment, too. And how about there's a lot of making... Well, we don't even see... And I'm concerned that we're saying something here that we don't want to say.
Well, there was just a lot of comments about making grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
That we didn't understand, but we're okay not understanding it. We don't know what it means, but there's a lot of making grilled cheese comments. I love me a grilled cheese sandwich, and I'm afraid to say that based on what the comments were.
We did a basic search for slang words, grilled cheese, and we're like, you know what? I don't know that we want to know this. But if you love the song, again, there you go. That is
Country to the Bone.
Country to the Bone
By
Lan Law.
Okay.
Lan Law. We good with that one?
That's fine. They're getting so much attention right now.
Maybe it's the wrong time, but hey, they're getting attention.
This is important to know how many US dollars you need in order to quit your job and travel the world. Something that I would love to do. Oh, wait, I don't have a job. I just don't have the US dollars to go travel the world.
Wouldn't that be something? And how many people wouldn't say, hey, here's an opportunity. I'm going to give you X amount of dollars. You can quit your job and travel the world. So the question was, how much would it take for you to do that? And I suppose I would like to know if there's a caveat in here that, okay, well, is this, I don't want to downplay it, but is this a situation where they give you the money, you go travel the world till the money's gone, and you come back and you still have money, or is this money supposed to last you the rest of your days?
I think it's just that's a great question, Curt. And here's the thing: this is based on a poll. Like someone polled 2,000 Americans, which is a good poll
Decent
of
number.
people, yeah. And the average answer was $288,000. You could quit your job and go travel the world. Now, like you said, that's not going to last you your whole rest of your life. I mean,
Right.
It depends on your age, of course.
Right. I mean, realistically, of course, you'd have to say, what kind of job is going to let you travel the world for a year and then come back and say, here's your job back? But let's play along. Okay. 288,000 is what they said. Now, that was the average answer. Now, 1 in 5 people said, you know what it would take for me to quit my job, travel the world, $50,000 or less.
I would need more than that.
Yes, you would.
I would really need more than that.
Understood. There was another people, a third said that they'd need at least $500,000. So there's 500,000.
That's about where I'm at.
All right. And the final group, about 20% said no amount of money could get them to drop everything and leave.
Because they love their job so much or they hate traveling.
There is that. Some people don't really like traveling. I mean, I think I like it, but
I mean, I love it.
Dana is much more. My
So
wife is much more. She's much more passionate, and of course, she's like, "I want to go here." It's like, "Oh, I'll go along."
I want to go to so many places.
All right, so there's what you have for
$288,000.
that would not work for Jen Pirak, but maybe $500,000 would. Maybe. The switched at birth story, Jen. I want to hear this one. Maybe I don't want to hear this.
Gosh.
Maybe I don't want to hear this.
Okay, so a 38-year-old woman named Christina Murray is suing a fertility clinic in Georgia after they implanted the wrong embryo and she gave birth to someone else's baby. So here's the deal. She used a donor to get pregnant in 2023, gave birth that December. But she immediately knew something was wrong because she's white and the kid was black.
And she had asked for, by the way, when you go to get your donor, it's like, well, here's what I'd like. I'd like a, and she put, dirty blonde hair and blue eyes. That ended up not being the case.
Absolutely
not being the case.
But she took the baby home and cared for him anyway because she carried the baby. This is my baby.
But what was her reaction at the time? Was there I wonder if there was a discussion because she's like, I'd like to talk to somebody, please.
That part I don't know. So she bought an at-home DNA test, got the results a month later, and confirmed that she and the boy were not related. Because what's supposed to happen here is you take your own egg and someone else's sperm, right?
Right.
And you create baby batter.
Baby batter. Thank you, Jen.
She told the clinic, and they figured out that the embryo belonged to another couple who were clients. So the bottom line is they then sued Christina for her what she thought was her baby, and then all of a sudden, poof, she had cared for him for how long was it? Like 3 months, 5 months, 5 months old. She's been caring for this baby, and then one day, poof, gone.
Yeah,
because it wasn't her baby. Yeah. Anyway. She's suing for an amount of money that is not clear how much, but the fertility place put out a statement saying that they immediately did an in-depth review and put additional safeguards in place to make sure that the wrong baby batter never gets put in the wrong oven. That was my line.
I have a feeling that entire story was in there just to lead up to that line. Good one, by the way.
I just can't believe that happened.
You know what? It probably happened, back in the day when they couldn't really, this is a little more obvious, I guess. But back in the day, they'd say, oh, here's your baby. You're like, okay.
I mean, imagine if it wasn't a situation where it was her partner and her, and they got that embryo switched, and then she has this baby, and he's like,
excuse me.
Question.
It's a question here. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing
Tell
that.
me about the Starbucks employee in Alabama.
It's possible that this is also a setup for a joke.
Okay, good. Because that's what we're here for.
To entertain ourselves? Is that what you're saying?
Well, for pretty much.
All right. Starbucks employee in Alabama, this happened a little while ago, was attacked by a customer's pet monkey in the drive-thru. They pulled up the drive-thru.
What?
This person's pet monkey jumped through the drive-thru window and attacked a Starbucks employee. The monkey is running around the store, I guess. A second coworker had to step in to remove the monkey from the victim, at which point the monkey jumped back in the customer's car, and the pair drove away. That's the problem. Just like if you have an issue at, say, a dog park with somebody else's dog, and they say, oh, let's get out of here, you know. So...
Oh, I cannot even believe this.
The victim required vaccinations and stitches after the incident. Starbucks has since, now I do like this, Starbucks has since banned monkeys from its restaurants and drive-thrus after the attack. Who would ever think you'd have to put a special thing in here? Okay,
we're not going to allow monkeys.
We're not going to allow monkeys in here anymore.
No monkey business here.
Now, in defense of the monkey, if there is a defense, the barista did switch his regular coffee for decaf.
I don't get it.
That's why the monkey attacked the person.
What?
See the...
I like the monkey business comment better.
Do your monkey business.
No, that's what I said. That like they said no monkey business in our business anymore.
Okay. Onward.
I like monkeys at the zoo, but I will tell you I'm afraid of monkeys like outside because I watched a movie when I was very little. My mom had it on TV.
Planet of the Apes?
No, it was someone had a pet monkey, then it went rogue.
Well, remember Marcel from Friends?
Yeah.
The pet monkey.
Okay.
All right. Do you remember your dreams when you wake up? I am not a big dream rememberer. So every now and again, typically if it's a jarring, type of thing, and I wake up, I remember those.
But then there's others that can describe them in great detail.
Yeah,
like
some people
vividly.
are like, here's the whole dream from beginning to end.
So I just think this is fascinating. There's a new study that says there's three factors that can contribute to whether someone remembers their dreams or not. Mm-hmm. So maybe this explains why you can't, Curt.
What are those three factors, Jen?
A person's general attitude toward dreaming. People who view dreams as meaningful were more likely to remember them.
Okay.
Their typical sleep patterns. This was the most scientific part of this. People who typically have longer periods of lighter sleep with less deep sleep were better at remembering their dreams, which I don't think is a good thing. And 3, their tendency to let their minds wander during waking hours. Those who participated in the study, those who were daydreaming or daydream, were more like whatever. I thought this was very interesting.
I'm listening.
They found that younger people were better at remembering their dream specifics, while older people frequently reported white dreams.
White dreams?
Where you wake up knowing you definitely had a dream but can't remember anything about it, which makes sense because young minds versus old minds.
Sure. Okay. You looked at me like I was making fun of you, and I wasn't.
And the dream recall fluctuates seasonally. People remember fewer dreams during the winter months compared to spring and fall. I thought that was interesting, too.
It's all fine.
There's a lot of mystery around dreaming, Curt, and they're just trying to solve some of it.
All that I know is I'm a terrible sleeper in general. I need to figure out how to sleep better. Then maybe I can focus on my dreams.
Let's talk about what brand of car is coming back from the dead.
I don't understand this, and I don't know also who would be excited about it. But here we go. If you remember back, you probably remember, Jim, but this is when you were still pretty young.
I have to Google this.
Okay. There was a brand of car back in the day, and I'm going to say 80s and 90s. The brand was called Yugo. And this is before you had, small little smart cars and those Fiat 500s and stuff like that. This was, maybe the size of like a Ford Fiesta from back then. You've seen how small those are.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
The Yugo brand, which was around, so now it says here from 1980 to 2008, is making a comeback. It says, rising from the grave. There's a doctor. His name is Alexander Bielik. He's an engineer, economist, and professor. He has a lot of experience in the car industry. He is behind the project. He's already secured the funding required to buy the rights to the Yugo name, filed for a trademark, applications all over the world, and also commissioned a designer to come up with a handful of early styling proposals. And unfortunately, they're looking to the original Yugo for inspiration.
Which is a boxy hatchback.
Yeah, very boring.
I just looked it up.
Very boring little car. And I don't think very good quality either, but,
It reminds me a little bit like the front of the Rabbit, the Volkswagen Rabbit, kind of.
Well, if you've ever
then it kind of looks like a truck, but then it has a back on it. Like, it's weird.
There's a European car company called Renault, and I think that they also look like that. Anyway,
all right.
It's not 100% old school. They're putting on some new stylish features such as LED headlights, trying to bring the Yugo back into the modern era.
That's so random and weird.
I don't know if I'd buy one anyway because of the bad rep the original one got. It's like we're bringing back the Ford Pinto. Are people going to buy that?
I mean, people might think, oh, that brings me back to my yesteryear. I'm going to get one.
Sure. I like the idea of feature where maybe your car explodes on you.
Kurt. I cannot say.
Our question of the day from yesterday. Thank you for participating with such great answers. It was simple. What's the worst job you've ever had?
I'm going to dive right in. Barb said selling typewriter ribbon to companies.
Wow. Well, you think about it, that's like, toner for your printers, I guess. Somebody's got to take care of that stuff.
And I did not know this. Jenny said working at a movie theater. Did you know in 1997 the popcorn was not made fresh? They came in and made it once a week. Oh, and that one hot dog, if it doesn't sell, we put it back every day until it shrivels up so much that they can't sell it.
You don't even have to go to a movie for that. You can find that at certain 7-Elevens, right?
Gross.
Anissa said cleaning toilets at the courthouse.
That's a real crappy job.
And now I got to go back and get this thing ready for you so you don't feel left out. All right. We also have Kara said licking envelopes for a penny each for a publisher when I was in grade school.
I was hoping, but look she said she was hoping to earn enough to get something for her dad for Father's Day.
Mm-hmm. But then it says they could have given me one of those sponge moisturizer things. They did not. Joanna. Is that Joanna? Mm-hmm. Sorting cherries in a fruit warehouse in Eastern Washington.
Oh, wow.
That doesn't sound like the most fun.
Now, Sally said she just put a crying face and said, I can tell you the worst company.
Yeah, we all work together at a certain company that shall not be named. But
oh, geez, I didn't even think you were going to go that far.
Thanks for that one. Thanks for that one, Sal. Eric said, I've had 9 jobs in my life, and somehow I cannot think of a worse. No regrets about any of them. And Rita agreed. Well, that's not in the spirit of this. We're glad that you had such good luck with your jobs, Eric.
Lisa said, working in the UW mailroom, the University of Washington mailroom, stuffing thousands and thousands of colorectal self-test kits into envelopes, putting mailing labels on them, and sorting them into postal region bins across Washington state. It was a 9-hour day with one 30-minute lunch break and 2 15-minute breaks.
She said this was a temp assignment she had at UW, but that does not sound like the best job ever.
Leslie served as a barmaid at a tavern in Ellensburg in 1998, and she said men did and said things that would never be tolerated today. I can only imagine.
Yes. Let me apologize on behalf of men, Leslie, for that. Bill said selling lawn fertilizer door to door. That'd be a tough one. How about Jimmy delivering newspapers as an adult? He said that sucked quite a bit.
Okay. Sarah said to telemarketers, she sold Sears siding and Thousand Trails memberships. Mm-hmm. Her various accents came in handy.
Jennifer said, well, she hated doing summer chores, but particularly strawberry picking. Only lasted 1 week in the berry fields when she was young.
Now, this is jobs that you hated. Your worst jobs ever. Mm-hmm. Sean, probably the time I worked as a ride operator at an amusement park. The job itself wasn't all that bad, though the pay was pretty low and I had to deal with the public.
Well, there is that. Dealing with the public happens with a lot of jobs. Corey, finally, volunteering at a rescue was definitely not the job for me after I thought it certainly was.
I know the story behind this. Corey is an animal lover through and through.
Okay.
And so she went to work at a very big, very large facility that helps rescue animals.
Okay.
And she just ran into these situations where she was having to go in and clean the cages of very toxic animals. And I think that if I remember right, her last straw was when she walked into one of the kitchens and one of the volunteer gals was chopping up dead animals because the animals have to be able to smell the smells and all that. And she's just like, I can't do this.
That makes sense, but it would take a certain kind of person to do that job.
I can't do it. She's like, I can't do this.
Thank you all for contributing as usual. We love what you have to say. For our question of the day.
Here's the story that I get to say. What Travis gave Tay-Tay for Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. So Travis Kelce went all out on Valentine's Day, of course, showering Taylor Swift with $100,000 worth of gifts. Now, I was trying to talk to you about this story, and you were refusing to talk to me, Curt, because to me, $100,000 on a Valentine's Day gift is like a whole nother level of moneying. That doesn't even the things I could do with $100,000.
Right. And that was my point. It's like he gave her $35,000 or no, what $300,000 for her birthday. To me, this is like okay, old news. Rich people giving rich people rich things.
He got her gold necklaces, diamond earrings, shoes, clothing, candy, and $1,000 worth of roses that supposedly last up to a year. They're from a place called Venus et Fleur.
And he made a homemade card.
That's the part that I wanted you to... That's the big part. He made a homemade card, Valentine's Day card for her and delivered it to her.
Travis also wanted to include something extra special, so he surprised Taylor with a handmade Valentine's Day card.
That's the most special part. That's the part that probably means the very most to her. Forget that $100,000 that he spent on her. You can just send that my way.
Maybe it was how do you have roses that last for a year? I don't get that.
Well, you'll have to look up whatever I just told you the place was.
All right.
Venus et Fleur.
Venus.
Venus et Fleur.
That sounds about right. Venus et Fleur. Are we getting tight on time?
No, we're fine.
Okay. This is a viral pizza hack that Jen found. This is actually a leftover.
Yeah, if you have leftover pizza and want to reheat it, you know how you reheat it and kind of gets hard and yucky? No. Dip it in water first. This is like this viral hack. Dip it in water first before you put it in the microwave or the air fryer, and then it'll supposedly taste like the first time around when you had the pizza.
That does not make sense to me at all.
It does to me because you know what? I do a lot of times, almost always when I reheat food, I put a wet paper towel over it.
Okay.
To keep some moisture in, doesn't dry it out.
But won't the microwave, which makes things tends to make things kind of rubbery and squishy? I'll try it. How's that?
Try it. I'm gonna try dipping my leftover pizza in water. You darn straight.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just wanted to let people know, because this is a big show in this area, the Northwest Flower and Garden Show. If you're a gardener, this is the place to be. It started yesterday, runs to the weekend at the Seattle Convention Center.
Woohoo!
I'm just saying.
Okay. You just said. I appreciate it. This one, of course, I'm excited about because it's a bit of Seattle music history that you can know, and also money is going for a great cause.
Okay.
This is an auction, a fundraiser. Sonic Guild of Seattle is hosting an online auction to raise money to support emerging musicians in the Seattle metro area, which a lot of times if you're starting out as a musician, guess what? Not a lot of dollars.
Yeah.
I
think even when you get into business, based on a video I saw by Jelly Roll, you don't get a lot of money.
This is a quote about these items. Many of the items were created specifically for this auction by the musicians who understand so well how hard it is for emerging musicians to try to build a career. All right. They support the work of Sonic Guild. Sonic Guild provides money through grants, education, and performances.
All right.
Stuff being auctioned.
I sense that you're going to be placing some bids.
Well, I will get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Some of the biggies. Dave Matthews has a decorated and signed Fender guitar. Metallica's guitarist Kirk Hammett signed a Gibson Les Paul as well. Pearl Jam's Mike McCready has a Fender signature model Stratocaster that's signed. The entire band Pearl Jam signed a poster and vinyl package. There's a local band, The Head and the Heart. They're actually not that local. Yeah, local. They signed a guitar and handwritten lyrics package. And finally, Duff McKagan, bassist from Guns N' Roses who lives here, has a package he put together for all this as well. Now, I like that, but so far I went and looked. The Metallica Kirk Hammett signed Les Paul is already at $2,500. And the Dave Matthews guitar is at $1,000. I'm sorry, $2,000. And this is it started yesterday. It goes through February 28th.
Which one are you most, like, if you could pick one of those to own, what would it be of that list?
Probably the Mike McCready Pearl Jam guitar. Okay. That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe you should just bid on it.
Well, they're expecting the Dave Matthews guitar to sell for around $20,000. They're expecting the Les Paul from Kirk Hammett to sell for around $10,000. Do you have some dollars to loan me?
I don't have that kind of U.S. dollars. No.
All right.
We're trying to figure out how to finish a remodel of a house.
Well, if you want to help out with Sonic Guild Seattle, the nonprofit, the auction's up there at CharityBuzz.com if you want to find that.
Maybe I should have you sign a guitar and I can auction it off and try to build a house with it.
One time I had a friend at an event, a coworker that said, "Here, sign this." And I was like, "This is a Matchbox 20. It's a picture of Rob Thomas. You had to sign it, Rob Thomas. I promised somebody I'd get his autograph."
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
I agree. I was like, "I'm not going to do that. Don't worry, they're never going to know." So I'm like, "Oh, well, why don't you sign it?" Well, they'll know my handwriting.
Oh, jeez.
I did not feel good about that one, but what are friends for, right?
Oh, friends, this brings us to the conclusion of our program with the question of the day for today to answer for us to talk about tomorrow. This is going to bring me to another question, by the way, later, probably
Okay.
next week.
And that's another simple one, or a pretty easy, you don't have to think too hard about this
Yeah,
one.
here it is.
What's the strangest thing right now in your fridge?
What's the strangest thing in your refrigerator right now? My other question later is
Yeah.
going to be, what's the oldest thing in your refrigerator? Because I went through Pat. I was going to go use something of Pat's, my boyfriend Pat's, and it was like from 2014.
Yeah.
What in the actual?
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes if you buy, especially canned goods, we go through every now and again, and Dan will say, how long have you had this? I'm like, I don't know, probably, 5-6 months. And she's like, it's from 2020. It's like, oh. It's like you forget.
And is it fine? Does she say it's fine if it's in a can?
No.
Because Pat's like, the can is not bulging. It's fine.
No, she's like, we're getting rid of all this crap. So there you go.
What's the strangest thing in your fridge right now?
Can't wait to hear all these. I hope there's some good ones.
I do too.
And maybe you can let us know what a grilled cheese means in slang.
We don't want to know.
You're right. We don't want to know. We don't want to know.
Have an awesome Friday Eve. That's Thursday.
Friday Eve is Thursday. We'll be back again tomorrow as we always are. Thanks for liking and following and supporting us any way you can.
Make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and laugh. Thanks for being here.